Last night I got, well, the night before last I got 4 hours sleep. Today I got 8. Oh, boys, I basically died last night and came back to life this morning. I was absolutely fucking knackered. Oh, he's moved. I was about to say Monty's become a big fan of just like sitting in my office. While I was away in London, he basically slept on my chair the whole time. He's also started like sleeping behind the door as well when I'm in here. So, but yeah, but this plastic thing that I've got to protect my floor, I feel like it's moving backwards slowly, so I need to figure out what's going on with that. I sorted out yesterday's video. I need to look at, when I import footage, it copies 2 files, and I manually delete half of the files for each video. Like it duplicates every video, and I can't figure out why it does that. So I'm thinking about modifying my vlogging script to auto screen out copies, basically. But Laura's out. Oh, Laura's gone to a hen do. She's gone to a spa in Bath. So I am taking the opportunity to inspect and potentially wrap presents, but I need to wait until the last present arrives on Monday. But there's one thing I can prep before. What am I doing myself? I feel like I'm in a bit of a limbo. I've got the blind down still. What can I do? Lunch is coming up soon, but I'm not hungry yet. Monty just thriller danced his way past there. He wasn't happy about that. You okay, baby? Who is that? You okay? You okay? It's just me. I'm just opening blinds. Is that okay with you? It's quite hot, actually. I'll put that back down. Formula 1 is on today at like 3:30, which is such an annoying time for it to be on. It's like dead centre. 2 o'clock's fine, because it's like basically lunchtime. There we go, vlog script updated. It will now filter out anything that isn't a video, and it will filter out anything that's automatically generated as a copy. So if it's got like dash copy in it, or if it's like brackets, and basically it filters out anything with non-alphanumerics in title, and that should be a good enough catch-all. I could go further and like go if you can find something else with like this partial, but then it gets like too locked down to my specific like camera and shit like that, and if I can avoid that I will. So it knows nothing about the footage that comes off this, apart from the fact it has to be an MP4 and it has to be has to not have alphanumerics in it. Anything else can go. So in theory I could just throw in files from my phone and they will just be picked up and ran with, in theory. Despite the fact I know for a fact that if I blend in 2 different types of video format, it minces it. But that's by the way. It's 1 o'clock. That's a fun little 15-minute, 20-minute exercise. Gonna have some lunch. I've got awkwardly I've got to cook tonight, but I've got to cook early because I don't know when Laura's coming back, and I need to have the batch ready so that when she comes back I can just leave. So I'm a bit limited on like what I can and can't do today, but that don't matter. Look how lovely and sunny and bright and hot it is, and I'm in that dark room. Let's have some fucking, I got leftover Chinese, boys. Ooh, ooh. This kind of like loops back to what I was saying the other a while ago in some videos. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with my like free time these days. I just kind of exist. I have an hour and 15 minutes until the race sprint quali starts. I've got loads of time after. I can do loads of stuff, and I'm like, what can I do with myself? I don't know. Just fixed a long running issue I had with this thing that's just in the way of me doing what I really want to do programming wise. And it was literally, I don't even want to kid how long I've spent trying to fix that issue. And I literally changed 1 letter to the capital version of itself, and it all works. Fucking hate things like that, man. And I'm now just trying to figure out how I can hack together these 3 things to make it work for me. So I can output variables and store them in Azure DevOps pipeline things. But it's Formula 1 sprint race time, boys. Sprint qualifying was a bit of a disaster, and not only was it a bit of a disaster, it just kind of shows that the race tomorrow is also going to be a bit of a disaster, to be honest. It is 4:15. Is that too early to cook dinner? Because I can cook it and leave it simmering. So if I leave it later, I run the risk of not being being halfway through cooking. Question is, can I leave it simmering or turn it off? Yeah, I can turn it off and reheat it. I'll start at 5. Yeah, because Laura's going for drinks at 5, so I can start at 5. Wow. An advert for a haircut. Never had adverts for haircuts before. 30% off with this flyer. Ooh. Alright, it's now time to cook. I've been looking at, I'm doing like things to do with like release pipelines and stuff. And I am at a point where I'm trying to figure out how to kind of get outputs out of Pulumi. So Pulumi generates me some infrastructure, credentials required to like get to it, and then extracted from that, put into variables so that they can be injected into other releases. That's the idea, that's the plan of attack. But they're like, I've got to get those things out of wherever they are. And that's not as easy as it looks. Because like I'm kind of gluing together like 4 things that aren't really supposed, well not supposed to be glued together, but I'm like natively glued together. And I was trying to do it like with the native steps and then try and like use, but I just have to write a script. That's fine. So look, it's now unclear to me. It's 6:10. Do I keep that on a really low simmer? No, turn off. Like, Laura's got to firstly message me telling me she's gonna come back. Then I've got to drive to the train station, pick her up. I can put it on to simmer while I'm driving to the train station. Yeah, that's the correct strategy. I was like, do I leave it simmering, but then it will like reduce potentially too much, you know, and throw off all the balance. Oh god, I've got pins and needles in my foot. My little footsie. Laura brought me back some cakes from the she had afternoon tea, and none of them there. They were all so full after the scone and sandwiches they'd eaten, they couldn't eat any of the cakes. What's the fucking point, man? Why? Send these women off to go and have some food, and they can't even finish it all. What the fuck? Just fucking eat it, mate. Just put it in your mouth. God damn. But yeah, so that's all sorted. What am I doing? I'm making my little gym bag ready. We got focus on pull tomorrow. It's the last one of my 3 workouts a week exercise thing. It's the second time I've done this one, but the last time I did it, it was the first time I'd ever done anything like it, if that makes sense. And now it's obviously the 3rd one in the set. So I reckon I can bump up them numbers significantly from the last time I did it, which I'm excited about. But yeah, tomorrow is my last full day on call. It's not a problem. I had 1 bleep today, and I think the last one I had was like Tuesday last week. So, but it's just a bit annoying. But I will soon be free. Look at my little man living his best life. Gym this morning, when I woke up, I did not want to wake up. I'm still catching up on sleep a little bit, but Monty went for like his yearly checkup while I was in London. And well, he said like he's like point something above weight, like 0.1 kilogram above what he should be. Like not a crazy amount more. But they were like, you could just do like just a touch less, like make sure you're only feeding him what you're supposed to. So we remeasured how much food we give him. We've been giving him, basically he never used to eat his pouches. So we gave him more biscuits to wet food. So we gave him more biscuits to compensate. And then we changed his pouches and he started to eat the pouches and we kind of forgot that we boosted his biscuits to compensate. So he's on a bit of a diet, which means he is a little runt in the morning when he's trying to wake me up. Anyway, went to the gym, did pull stuff, deadlift. 35 kilograms is now my deadlift, I think. Although I think I haven't hurt my back. I think I've hurt the muscles on my back rather than my back itself, because of where it is. But yeah, so I think I also did that on the pull down thing rather than the deadlifts, but that's life. Otherwise, today doing cleaning, standard stuff. Spent a little bit of time. What was I doing? Spending a little bit of time doing some programming, shizmiz. I've been trying to like get this script working for extracting variables out of Pulumi. I think I figured out how I need to do it. I think I want to try and do it, I know, within Pulumi itself, but then that means having to get personal access tokens injected into the environment variables, which is going to be a bitch. It's arguably better, but it's not what, it makes it harder to run it locally. And I'd rather, if I've got to make a concession for the pipeline, I'd rather make the concession in the pipeline and do it this other way. But the feedback loop, I was watching Harry Potter, I've been trying to do it on my laptop, and the feedback loop's insane. It takes so long because my computer's so fucking slow. But yeah, so I think I'm close. I just can't get it to run this bloody tool thing. So if you run install and it's already on there, error. And I can't figure out how to install it locally. I thought I had it, but evidently not. Otherwise, Formula 1, Harry Potter marathon, living the dream. Back to work tomorrow. And not only are we back to work tomorrow, we're also off call from 8 o'clock in the morning. This is my last night, so obviously everything's going to hit the fan. And for some reason, at some point during the week, I turned off my alarms. So that's why I've slept in the last 2 days. It's because I just turned my alarms off. So watch was still an alarm, but that stopped being enough to wake me up these days. I'm officially not on call anymore. Woohoo! I have a really busy week though. It's going to be really busy. Laura's just driven off to the office, or one of the offices. She goes to 2 different offices. One office twice, Monday, Tuesday, and then the other office on Wednesday. But she drives on a Monday. I need to get my hair cut today. But I also have calls with clients. I don't know what we call them. Client, customers, partners, whatever the fuck. I can't really do that without gel hair. So I'm just going to have to apologise to my... I just reminded myself I snoozed an alert that I think will come back to me rather than the next person on call. I've dealt with it, but I do not have approvals to press that button. Also, because I now don't need my laptop around the house anymore, I can rearrange my dock. I really wish they'll bring my new dock this week, because it's really not convenient using my portable dock as a permanent dock. Oh, there we go. It's not too bad. I can fit my dock there. The only issue is I have no way to turn it on. There's no on button on the dock, so I have to lift up my keyboard and I now have space on my desk again. Happy days. Cup of tea time. It's going to be a busy week this week. I've got to try and figure out how to fit everything in it. I normally have an orange with my cup of tea in the morning. I ain't got enough oranges. Yeah, it's going to be a busy, busy week. But that doesn't mean you have to shut everything down, you know? Just fit it all in. Fit more in. YOLO. Get it in, boys. Delivery's all sorted. That's the last of Laura's presents. I think I can pack everything inside one of her other presents, which is kind of exciting. It's one of those things where I found it online and then you pick the colours, and the colours of the thing itself aren't very nice, but then I looked at some of the other colours, and someone on Instagram did one that was a nicer set of colours, and I messaged them in German to be hey, what are the colours that you picked for that? And I couldn't find them, but I managed to find semi-similar ones. But yeah, I mean, I could tell Laura's in one of his videos. It's like a knitting thing. If you're watching this, then I'm angry, okay? I'm having a split lunch today. I think I've got a meeting at 1. Not sure if I do. I think I mentioned yesterday, I also need a wee. I think I mentioned yesterday, this morning, no one's mentioned it so far today, so maybe that's not going to happen. So maybe I'll gel my hair for no reason. Wasn't much help on that call. What is it, by the way, with people who use Linux and Macs, right, who feel the need to work using only 10% of their screen? When my place I worked, when I just came out of university, people who use Eclipse do have so much shit on their screen and then just look at the tiniest little fucking square, and you're peering in and the whole screen's moving around and we're only looking at this one square, and I'm mate, why? You've got a fucking 27-inch monitor or whatever the fuck. Use the whole thing. I have, when I'm programming, at most 1, 2, that's covering up 80-90% of the screen. Those 2 bloody panels there The one on the left is the test, the one on the right is the code, and then I've got like a little sliver along the side which basically just gives me the fucking run the test button. That's all I use it for. And the results of the test. That's all you need. I don't know why you need 18,000 windows. But man, I wasn't able to solve their problem for them. So I think I might be doing some closure development soon. Actually, I'm not as far behind. I'm not behind. Now I'm not behind. I've got to be careful what I say about shit. But like, you know, when you're like, I'm pretty confident it's going to be this. And they're like, oh, it's not going to be that. I'm like, okay. Can you prove it for me? No? Okay. Right, okay. I am putting on my shoes and we are going to go get our hair cut. Ladies and gentlemen, I've gelled my hair, but it'll be fine, right? They don't need to, I think just spray water on it if you want. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of, that's not a problem, is it? Is that a problem? I don't think it's a problem. Catch as well. So, I went swimming this morning, right? And it was, obviously, same time as normal, 6 o'clock in the morning. Brief aside, but like, I don't know why I'm just so making lunch. So bloody tired these days. Like, waking up at 5:25 and I'm like, oh, I don't want to get up. What is this? I went through a phase of like constantly getting up at like 5 and feeling great for it. And now I'm like, oh God, I'm just pooped. And I can't like figure out what's going on there. But anyway, I went swimming and it was still dark and it was a little bit rainy. And I was swimming outside. It was freaking great. Just like swimming by the lights in the pool, and then like as you swim, like the sun comes up. I mean, the sun comes up behind clouds. It's not that great, but it's fucking great. Really enjoyed it. But I think, do you remember me saying the other day that I can't figure out why I'm so tired doing things that aren't breaststroke. So front crawl and backstroke, I just kind of like, I get exhausted, like doing 100 meters, the end of that 100 meters, I just get like absolutely pooped. And I think I figured it out. I was like trying to like watch myself as I did it. And like, firstly, my arms get out of sync. So like one arm's like going faster than the other. I think that's like overall fatigue. And like, I'm gonna start breathing constantly one way instead of the other. But I realized that my legs aren't really doing anything. And I think the reason for that is when I first started like going back to swimming, I was getting out of breath and like couldn't do it properly. And I thought it was because I was swimming too fast. I couldn't figure out how to swim slowly because I used to swim so, not professionally, but you know what I mean? Like I used to just like do lengths and do them quick. I couldn't figure out to swim slowly, and I used to be predominantly like a leg swimmer. Like that was my strength. I used to have like piss all upper body strength, but I used to be able to swim like my legs. As soon as we got the kickboards out, I was off, you know, compared to everyone else. So maybe I've trained myself to just kind of trail my legs, use my legs basically to keep myself upright rather than to actually propel myself. So next time I go, which I'm thinking is tomorrow evening, I'm going to go and I'm going to take like an actual kickboard and stuff, and I'm going to do some lengths that are just legs. And I think as well, I try and shield myself. I get cramp a lot in my feet if I kick too much. So maybe I'm trying to shield myself from that as well. But I think that's what it is. I think I've solved the problem. So we'll see. I need to start training my legs to get them back. And that is why breaststroke isn't the problem, because breaststroke you have to use your legs, and that is where most of my power is. So anyway, making a lovely sandwich. Otherwise today I've been doing Laura was here for the first half of the day because she had a call, but then she went into the office. Our team is like, it's a really good team, but it's terrible at like sprint stuff, like agile stuff. So maybe that's my in of like trying to figure out how we can do that better. I can't tell you how many refinement sessions we've done where like in 10 minutes in we're like, I don't know if we've got anything to refine or whatever. And it's just like so disorganized. It's just it's organized chaos is what it is. It's just like manic. But then otherwise I just did a thing. It's a little bit late for me to take lunch. But I was doing a thing and I was like, oh, it's just a quick 5-minute thing. This morning we added these locks in to stop you being able to delete like this top level thing. And then we wanted to delete something underneath it, and the lock stopped it. And I was like, no, but you can manually delete the lock. Like, if you just like go onto the portal and just manually delete it. But you can't seemingly delete it with the change I made in Terraform. So I need to see why that is, basically. What am I looking for in here, boys? So yeah, this kitchen's a mess. I've got washing up to do. Yeah, so I panicked a little bit, but I was like waiting just to get that all up in a nice little bow so I could just send it off for approvals. And then it failed and I was like, oh shit. Really in a bloody pickle with these lock things. It's really annoying how... The problem we have now is we have it in Terraform. I don't know, did I say that out loud on camera? We tried to... We had this thing has two things underneath it. We've put a lock on the top level thing so the whole thing can't be deleted. If you delete one of the lower level things in the portal, I did say this, you can. But if you try and delete that thing from Terraform, it can't. So it must be using a different API, the Terraform, to the portal itself, which is bizarre. But anyway, but now we're in the scenario where we've got something in Terraform which we can't delete. So we could do an RFC and delete the endpoint directly, but then we'd have to remove it from Terraform. And if you try and remove it from Terraform, it's going to try and delete it, and it's either not going to be there or it can't delete it because of the lock. So like, really, we should do an RFC to remove the locks we've just put on, and then fucking, oh god, it's so annoying. Otherwise, it's the end of the day and the end of the video. Yeah, tomorrow's a good day to end. It's not really, but it's the best I've got. So, what's happening? Just had a standard dinner. We've just finished watching season 5 of Game of Thrones. Yeah, more people are dead. To be honest, I'm not really sure who's left. But yeah, so. What are you doing? Do you mind? What else? What else is going on? That's it. No, I haven't really done much. Laura's been doing some stuff, so I've been like, being domesticated, you know? Like Monty. It's bedtime, so I need to get up early tomorrow morning. And what I need to do, because I'm not going to the gym or anything, is get up and remember why I get up early, and that's to sort out a video. Often I like get up early. I'm like, I just like, I do some meditation or watch some TV or YouTube videos or whatever. And then I'll go, oh shit, I've got a video to sort out. Just as I'm about to head out for a walk. So, get up early while I'm having breakfast and stuff. I'm gonna render out a video, get that uploaded. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you later.